You are listening to America's Best Shops podcast, a show created to inspire shop owners to achieve optimal success in their business. I'm your host, Brad Kilgore, best-selling author of the book Double Your Custom Shops Customers. I'm also the founder of Custom Shops Marketing, a leading digital marketing agency that works specifically with automotive, RV, and motorcycle shops. On each episode, I sit down with industry leaders to talk about their processes, lessons they've learned, and how to find success in the industry. Okay, hey everybody, it's Brad Kilgore here with Custom Shops Marketing, and we're kicking off this episode of America's Best Shops. And I'm here with a good friend of mine, Craig Feddersen. He is the co-owner of A+ Auto Glass in Aurora, Colorado. How are you today, Craig?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Brad?
You know, I'm doing good. It's nice and warm here, so I'm happy with that. Sounds like the weather's pretty good where you're at. So,
Yep, we're in Denver, Colorado, and it's beautiful here. So
perfect. Well, today we're just going to kind of go through some different things about some of the key points of the business growth and the successes of A+ Auto Glass. And so we'll just dive right in. So, you know, if you could just kind of fill us in, tell me a little bit about your business, how long you guys been around, and, do you have any employees and some of that stuff, that'd be great.
all right. Well, we started in 1993. So we've been doing it for, 28, 29 years. It's right now, it's just my business partner, Stan, and I. We do a lot of upper end cars, and we've had employees in the past, and they don't give the same care to the cars that we do. And some of our accounts, we've had some accounts since 1993. So we've had some accounts where we kind of joke we're the longest standing employees of the company. But anyhow, we've done that. Our revenue is it varies between $500,000 and $1 million a year.
Okay.
And we do mainly windshield replacement, but we replace any piece of glass on the car. We do windshield repair, and then we do headlights are the main services that we offer. And mainly in the Denver metro area, we key in on like the Aurora, Littleton, Parker, Highlands Ranch, the south to southeast areas. But we do some work all over the metro area.
Okay. But consistently kind of the southeast portion of the Denver metro. Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
And I think what's important is, as I'm aware of this, but I think a lot of people don't realize that you guys do not only mobile, but you also have a shop in Aurora as well, right?
Yep, we have a shop at Iliff and Buckley. And we've been in that location since 2005. So we got about 17 years in that location. And so, yeah, if you can bring your car in, we can usually get your job done a little bit earlier or quicker than the other jobs. But we probably right now do about 30 to 40% in shop, and we do the rest out in the field.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, for some people, they'd rather bring it there. But I know some people would rather have you come do it there at their office. Like if they're still at work, you could just literally go there and take care of it while they're working, right?
Yep, exactly. So if they come into the office, most windows we can do about 45 minutes to an hour. And we have a waiting room, or they can wait. There's restaurants across the street or Starbucks or whatnot. If we come out to your house, we can do it at your house or work, whatever's convenient. If we come to your work, basically we call you when we're about 10, 15 minutes out. We have you break away from work and show us your car. We can do all the paperwork right up front. You go back to work, so it only interrupts your work day for 10 or 15 minutes. And when I get done, I lock your car up and take off and get out of your hair. And that way, when you get either lunch or at the end of your day, your windshield's all done, and it was hopefully not very inconvenient to you. We also try to set up the insurance part ahead of time with you a lot of times. And that way, that doesn't take away from your work day either. So,
okay.
If it goes,
right. So explain a little bit about that as far as the insurance part of it. I know you've helped me and my family in the past. Doesn't most of the insurance companies kind of cover rock chips and that kind of stuff for repair?
Okay, rock chip repair. As long as you have full coverage insurance, which means comprehensive collision and liability, most insurance companies waive your deductible on that. And if you have a car loan on your car, you're required to have that. But so even if you have $1,000 deductible, they'll waive your deductible on a rock chip repair. And if we repair it when it's a rock chip, we can make it so we guarantee them for a lifetime on that. So if it spreads, we either re-repair for free or apply that toward a replacement. But it'll make your window last a lot longer. And like I say, it doesn't cost you anything. The one major company that I know does not waive your deductible is State Farm. Other than that, I think almost all the insurance companies do. And State Farm does offer a glass coverage. If you have that glass coverage, it's zero deductible for either windshields or for the repairs. So,
Okay, that's good to know. And I'd say, that really covers a large majority of people. And then if they do have the State Farm, then they might already have that special add-on.
yeah, yep.
So, okay, cool. Well, we'll probably touch some more on some of the services here in a few, but maybe if you could just give me a little info on how did your business get started, and how did you and Stan get to working together?
All right. So I originally worked in rental car right out of college, and just always loved cars and wanted to do our own business. So after doing the corporate game for about 4 or 5 years, I decided to break off and do my own business. And Stan is my best friend, and we kind of broke off and did it together. And we've been doing it for 28 years. And so I know it's kind of a breaking the cardinal rule in business, having your friend be your business partner, but for us, it's worked out really well.
Sweet. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to make sure we're on gallery view instead of speaker view. That might be a little bit better. All right. So tell me a little bit about kind of what would be your ideal client or customer. Who's kind of your target market? I mean, we kind of talked about geographically, but maybe just kind of the ideal customer.
All right. So like I say, we do a lot of upper end cars. So general public, I always say if you drive a car, then you're a potential customer. And so we do a lot more of the upper end cars and the newer cars. Like if you have a 72 Ford pickup, that's not something that we're real proficient at. But if you have a 2022 Infiniti QX80 with lane departure, heated windshield, rain sensor, acoustic interlayer, we work on things like that all the time. And so more or less, that's good. We do a lot of small business. We do some dealership work. Anywhere where there's a fleet of cars, there's the potential for us. We are not always the cheapest company, but we provide, I feel like, the best service in town. And that's how we've kept our customers, and we have a really good consumer rating. But we provide a great service, and we stand behind our work.
Right. Well, that makes sense. And honestly, if it's a 1972 pickup, I mean, those are probably, like say, not the ideal customers, because it's probably hard to get glass for those things, and there's probably a different type of glass than modern glass. Probably real thick.
It's different, and they're not glue-in, they're gasketed, and then the gaskets go bad, and then the steel inserts, and everyone has the chrome on those, and if you bend that, I mean, it's just not something that we're proficient at. And so we choose, if we can't do your car the right way, we just flat out tell you it's not something that's in our repertoire.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, just being honest up front with people, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think, kind of my next question about what is your unique selling position. I think you kind of already covered that as far as, the honesty part of it and just being straight with people and your reputation. Maybe, I don't know if you have anything to add to that.
Yeah. Actually, that's one place where you've helped us, because you showed us how important the customer reviews are. And I don't really know how many reviews we have, somewhere in the 200 to 300 range, maybe more, I don't know. But we have great reviews, and I hear, probably 5, 6, 10 times a week, people saying, hey, I called you because of your reviews. Reviews are so important to business right now, and that helps helps a ton. And then having a great SEO guy, that helps quite a bit too. So
Right. It all ties together. It
yep.
all ties together. Okay. So tell me a little bit about some of the marketing that you do. I mean, I'm aware of some of it, and obviously my agency helps you with some things. Just kind of tell me a little bit about what you've done currently and what you might have done in the past and that kind of thing.
All right. So currently, we obviously you do sales calls when you're working with customers. You do that. I'm in a couple of business builder groups, and they help out a lot too because it gets you in with other business professionals. And then really the only other thing that we do is SEO marketing and the things that Brad helps us with, and we've used him. I bet we've used him for 10 or 15 years. It's just an incredible thing. And so you mentioned something in the past. So in the past, we did yellow pages. We actually had a full page. And then at one point, we had a 2-page ad in the yellow book. And one of our big mistakes in business is we kept with the yellow pages way longer than, anyone was using it. And, the advertising cost was just outrageous for it. And in Denver, we had 3 different phone books, so you had to advertise in all of them. And so we made a lot of mistakes along that way. And then once there was learning about the internet marketing, we made a lot of mistakes, on that way, picking wrong people and people that didn't do what they said and charge outrageous rates. And once we came across, Brad, he's done what he said, and it produces. I give him a lot of credit for how well our business does. So.
Sweet. I appreciate that. Well, I have to ask you the big question of the day. What is this thing you're talking about called a phone book? Is that something like an app on your phone?
Well, you put it on a chair for little kids so they can reach the table, but
that's right. It's like a booster seat.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, it was a thing back then. I mean, I remember having a business in the mid 2000s, and we definitely spent money on the phone book, because online marketing was just starting to come out, and nobody really knew what it was going to do.
Totally dropped out of the phone books because no one uses them. I haven't had one in my house in probably 15 years now. So
no, me neither. Well, I think I know the answer to this question, but I'll let you touch on it. And the question is what marketing efforts drive the most leads? In my opinion, just based on working with you for so long, it's not only getting your website to rank and show up in the Google search, but like what you said with Google reviews and Google Maps, your Google Maps listing with all those reviews is showing up all over the place too. So that's where I see the most traction.
Yeah, well, and it's a multifaceted thing. I think, like you said, the maps are a big deal. The reviews help on that, and having activity, Facebook activity. Trying to think, Google activity, that makes a difference. Brad has set up our website so that it's mobile friendly. I think that makes a ton of difference because everyone's out and about and does a lot of searching on their phones. I think that helps out a bunch. Anyhow, I think there's a whole lot to it. And without having someone like yourself that specializes in it, I know how to put a windshield in, but I don't understand all the technology. And that's why you have to have someone in your corner to help you. And he suggests things, and some stuff I do on my own, and some stuff I have to rely on Brad for.
Right, exactly. Well, and I can guarantee you, I don't have the first idea on how to replace a windshield myself, so that's why I call you.
Exactly.
Have you ever done anything special to get people to leave you reviews? Do you usually ask them, or do they offer to, or how does that work?
And honestly, this is something that's been suggested to me numerous times, and we haven't gotten a system together yet. Right now, anyone who leaves a review, they just do it on their own accord. We haven't asked anyone. It's something that we should look into more because we could get a lot more reviews and things like that. We just that that's probably one area where I've dropped the ball and need to be better as far as I think that would be one of the biggest things I personally can do to help the marketing of my business.
Okay. Well, I know a guy that can get you more reviews.
Awesome.
Perfect. Let's see. So, um, have you done anything in the past, like just kind of follow up or nurturing your existing database of clients?
We don't we really don't do a lot of marketing on that. We build our business kind of on word of mouth, and it probably would be a good thing to do. We just haven't ever pursued. I haven't ever marketed to people who have done jobs in the past. We just haven't ever pursued that avenue.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, sometimes putting together even something like a referral program or what have you can be helpful. But at the same time, I mean, if your business can be kind of seasonal based on our conversations. So,
Yeah.
it's kind of like it's run fast or it's a little bit slower in the winter. So in the summer, you probably have as much business as you could handle, right?
Right now we do. Right now, without being able to find employee, which I don't think any company is having good luck with that, but we're kind of at capacity. We work quite a few hours during the summer. I mean, you can always take a few more jobs on, but as far as a big marketing effort would be something we want to be able to really support as well and give our customers a service that they become accustomed to that we've given them in the past.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, you guys are solid the way you are as a team, and like you say, it's harder and harder to find good people to work for you. So, I mean, some businesses they do want to grow, but I know that some of the clients and customers and just business owners I've talked to, that's their biggest thing right now is finding reliable people and then keeping them,
Yeah.
because it's such a cutthroat market out there.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And, for the longest time, it was just the two of us, and we could keep it picking up work. Right now, if the right person approached us, we would probably hire them almost instantly. I mean, it would take obviously the right person, but it's just almost impossible to find that person right now.
Okay, gotcha. Now, you mentioned the main core services you do as far as window replacement, window repair, and then the headlight restoration and polishing and what have you. What would you say is probably your most profitable service that you offer and why?
Um, Probably the windshields would be the most profitable. I mean, and we do, when I say windshields, door glasses, the glass replacement, and just we work on enough specialized cars where that's the price points are a little bit higher on that. Windshield repairs, obviously, I mean, you make a little bit of money on that here and there. Headlight restoration is the same. It's kind of a service oriented thing. But the vast majority of our revenue and the vast majority does come from glass replacement.
Okay. Well, and you touched on something earlier too. I mean, so many modern cars now are unbelievably complex when it comes to their glass because of all the sensors and all the special stuff. And the what's the one where the it shows down on your headlight or not the headlight, it shows down on your how
Oh,
is
the
it?
heads up
Uh,
display?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. So I
Yeah.
mean, people need experts anymore like yourself really to be able to get this stuff replaced or repaired.
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot that goes into the windshields now, and um, yeah, you just got to kind of keep up on things and understand how the process works. So
I'm sure you've seen a lot of change and evolution.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You think back to even 15 years ago, and none of that technology was on the window. I mean, you might have a heated window, electrochromatic mirrors, and things like that, but that was pretty much as complicated as they got. Whereas now, I mean, they're on 2019 Cherokee, there's 24 different windshields. And so you got to find out which window fits that car, which, what options they have on it. And so there's quite a bit into, figuring out the right piece of glass for the given car.
Yeah, that's kind of mind-boggling to think about. So what would you say to the owner of a business like yours that's trying to take their company to the next level? Maybe somebody just getting started.
Number one priority, I would say, is make sure you give good quality service. If you tell people you're going to do something, follow through. And if you set up a time frame and you're not going to hit that time frame, call as early as you can and give customers opportunity to do a different time frame or work with them, and realize is you dropping the ball is why that's having to happen. And then second of all, align yourself up with good, team members. I mean, you got to have good employees, but B, someone like yourself that does your marketing, and I think that makes a ton of difference. But between those two things, you got to have a good work ethic. But I'm a big proponent of working for yourself, and the harder you work, the more you get the rewards.
Sweet. Okay. Any other additional nuggets or insights that you can think of you want to share?
Not that I can think of. If you need a windshield, give me a call.
Absolutely. I always do.
Yeah.
I always do. And I tell everybody about you guys. So
Awesome.
awesome. Yeah. Thank you for joining us, Craig, on America's Best Shops. And anybody in the Southeast Denver metro area, definitely keep A+ Auto Glass in mind for the future for all your auto glass and headlight needs. And they're real easy to find online. You just Google them and they pop right up. So
awesome. Yeah.
Thanks, Craig.
No problem. Thanks a lot and have a great day.
You too.